Good morning, Wendy. How are you, dear? Let's just get into it. Good morning, Central Indiana, and welcome to day after trick or treating. Happy Halloween. Today is Halloween. We did our trick or treating around here Saturday night instead of Sunday. Morning, Leslie. Hope everyone is doing fine this morning. Oh man, I'm loud. Rookie mistake. Got a few things we want to discuss that went on yesterday, and some things coming in the future. Yesterday, chili cook-off was a fun day. A lot of people to thank that helped out on that. Gather on Barbecue, Kevin and his crew. Super Sports, they provided the trophies to the top three places. Everybody that ended up coming bringing chili. We had so many people there with chili. We were a little overwhelmed for a little bit, but I'm not going to hit everybody because I can't remember all the names. But I know Brentworth was there, Sheriff was there, Rich Myers, Judge Williams was there. Good morning, Teresa. Gary Oakes and Ruth were there. Bob Goodwin was there. Just CJ from Gather Round made some good chili on down the line. There was a gentleman, and the winners were Brentworth with his, I think he went first. CJ was second. Mac Harris was there. He was last year's winner. He got third. Too bad first place in the back, CJ. Mac was there. He got third. CJ got second, and Brent got first. Personally, those were the three. Thank you for posting pictures. You're welcome, Wendy. Sorry couldn't show up. Personally, I like Bob Goodrum's chili. And I don't know the name of the gal right across, but I think she was dressed up as Quella DeVille. She had I like mine a little spicy. She had a good one. But there was a gentleman there, and I don't know his name, but he had been on the Food Network with this recipe. And it wasn't your traditional chili. It was like, to me, I called it pork soup because it was pork and it had flavor and it had all the ingredients of chili but pork instead of beef. But it was delicious. And this recipe has been on the Food Network. That was one of my favorites yesterday. Just some delicious food. Y'all missed it. And a lot of that chili went home because we didn't have a massive turnout. I'm still wiping sleep out of my eyes. We didn't have a massive turnout of people. I don't get it. Yesterday was a perfect day for chili. Okay, ladies, let's go with stability first. Thanks, Corey. Pork green hatch chili. Thank you, Samantha. That stuff was delicious. In my taste, I like Bob's, the lady across from the pork green guy, and then the pork green hatch chili. Those were my three favorites. But I mean, to each his own. Everybody likes different kinds of chili, and we had all sorts of kinds of chili there. But I mean, I think we end up raising around $1,200 for Morgan County Substance Abuse Council. On next Sunday, we're doing a little auction for them. It's not going to be one of our big ones where we go all day and all that. A few big end items. We showed pictures of the cornhole board that Doug Payton does, and that's phenomenal. We have some other stuff coming in. So it's a good thing for them. They need the cash, and we're glad to help. The crew, Bethany and her husband Matt and Devin, and then Corey and Michelle, Tim, myself. That's a lot of work, and we enjoy doing it. That was pretty good turnout for us. And of course, Kevin Green and his crew helped all day. They're a good group to work with. We've done several events with them, and they always help us out, and we try to help them out. But it was a fun day. It was a little damp, a little chilly at times, but it wasn't horrible for the end of October. So we had fun with it. Now, switching gears. Hats off. Next Sunday at I think it starts at 1. Teresa, Corey will correct me if I'm wrong. Morning, PJ. How are you, sir? And we have some big end items and baskets and things like that. Switching gears a little bit. Friday night, the Supercook Artesians put it to South Dearborn and advance on to the next round of the sectionals, which is the sectional championship. And they face East Central, which defeated Mooresville. And unfortunately, for those that don't like to drive on Friday nights, the game is at East Central. But I'm sure the great fans of our sports teams will show up in numbers like they always do. But for those that do not, or that those want to listen to the game, we're going to do our best to bring it to you. We have to check some things out and make sure we're going to be able to get a feed, and we can't show the game just like we can't in the stands when we're in the press box. But we're probably going to be here, watch it, volume down, no camera on it, and tell you what's going on. So you'll be able to listen to our normal jibber jabber of the game, and probably have a room full of people. So that's how we're going to try to do that. If East Central's carrying it, Martinsville's not carrying it. We already talked to them. And if East Central's carrying it through the state, then we'll be able to pick it up like that. And we won't break any copyright laws or anything like that because we're not showing the game. You're not even going to hear that volume. We're just going to watch the play and talk about it. No different than we're sitting in the press box there with the team. Saves us a drive time, but still we get to bring you the coverage just like we would be there. So that'll be fun. That'll be a first. And we're looking forward to that as we cheer the Arties on to try to get a sectional win over a very good, very tough East Central team who put it to Mooresville Friday night. So that's this coming Friday. I assume 7:30 kickoff, just like these past few games because of travel time and things like that. So we'll have some fun with it. We got the auction next Sunday. We get the football game on Friday. So it's a busy week. It's the 1st of November already, folks, which is crazy. I forget who's coming in Monday Music Hour. Man, Corey, can you help a brother out? I'm still drinking coffee, by the way, just so in case you ask. Yeah, who's coming in? Who's coming in tomorrow? And if you haven't seen the forecasted temperatures, yeah, get your jackets out. It's going to get chilly over the next 10 to 12 days. For the next few days, actually. Oh, that's right. Phil Purley, Frank Bradford, and Doug Henthorn. Henthorn, yeah. Phenomenal lineup. You've seen all these gentlemen around the area playing and up in Indy and different venues. These three are excellent musicians and should be a great show. We are still working on getting the finals for Star Search down at Tom's place. We have to go down there and take all this, tear it down, set it up, fire it up, do a test run, see what we can do before we totally say, hey, yeah, that's what we're going to do. We'll make it work. Phil and Frank were on the very first Monday Music Hour show. That's correct. I thought they were. Back during the infancy of the show. We were rookies and didn't even know what we were doing. That was season 1 of Monday Music Hour, I believe. Good stuff. Good morning, Valerie. How are you, dear? All the way down in sunshiny Florida, I'm sure. down there at 80 degrees at probably 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. Jealous. It is a bit nippy here this morning. It's not horrible. But I like fall. I like fall. I don't like the dampness in the that cold, wet feeling is never good. Whether spring, summer, winter, fall. I just do not like that. You're welcome. Miss seeing that smiling face around town. Known Val a very long time. She has relocated to Florida. Lucky her. So other than that, those were my announcements as I'm dying here this morning. Wanted to say thank you to everybody that participated yesterday. Got that checked. Wanted to talk about the Arties, Money Music Hour, and next week's auction. So that's all I had. Quick show. Unless y'all got stuff to add or say. Tomorrow's November. Do you believe that? And I think you can officially put the tree up now. Put the tree up. Start prepping for Thanksgiving. And let's work our way to Christmas Day. I think we're ready. I think we're ready for the tree. I'm curious how many people already have a tree up. So next Sunday is fall back. Do we gain one? Oh, we get to sleep an extra hour. Dude, this is like the best night. I get 6 hours sleep that night compared to 5. It's good stuff. So fall back is next Sunday. Fair enough. Fair enough. Corey's on it. Stevie is on it. No tree until after Thanksgiving. Is that a Bailey rule? I know a lot of people used to do that. I think we put it up just before Thanksgiving as kids. No tree until after Thanksgiving. I'm thinking the tree's going to be up in here before Thanksgiving. Just got to figure out where we're going to put it this year. I could get my number one decorator, Logan, back in here to help me. Mac will not let me put the tree up until after Thanksgiving. Uh-oh. Seeing a base here. There's people that already got the tree up. They just don't want to admit it. Come on. Admit it. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Baker, when's the Bakers put the tree up? When's Mama Baker put the tree up? I'm guessing she's a Thanksgiving first and then. I get it if you're doing a real tree. Goes up Saturday or Sunday after Thanksgiving. I understand that. There's no right or wrong answer. Weekend of Thanksgiving. A lot of Thanksgiving weekend tree people. I get if it's a real tree. you want to set it up closer to Christmas Day and then you got to take it down. But the fake trees, come on. You put those suckers up tomorrow morning. Do a real tree. We used to, when I was married and kids and all, we used to do a real tree. we'd find pine needles all the way to June and July of the next year. Oh, actually, you'd find pine needles all year round, and then might let you put porch time. Is that Mama Baker speaking? Oh, it's going up. Just hadn't decided when yet. I got to get a hold of my number one decorator, Logan. I'd have left that up all year. I thought that was pretty. Probably going to have to go in that corner this year. That's all right. It's funny. Well, I mean, November, December, we've got oh, you love the lights hanging. I did too, CB. I did too. I thought it was made it cozy in here. We could shut the overhead lights and just leave them, and it was very, very cozy. I mean, 2021 is almost over. And I don't know about you, but I'm damn glad of that. And let's hope that it zips past and things change real soon. On to 2022. Anyway, thank you so much, everybody that was involved yesterday in the chili cook-off. It was a good success. $1,200 raised for Morgan County Substance Abuse Council. Thanks to Gary Oakes, Ruth Oakes, Sheriff Rich. I don't want to forget people. Brentworth, Judge Williams, Bob Goodrum, Stability First Ladies, Matt and Bethany. Right, Dalton, I agree. Still processing 2020, exactly. Who am I forgetting? Oh, CJ from Gather Round Barbecue, Kevin Green. Just made it a fun day yesterday. A lot of fun yesterday. And we had a decent amount of people show up and help out. So Larry Ralph was down there, family. Appreciated that. Nice seeing Larry. He's a good man. So congrats to Coach and the Martinsville Artesians. They advance in the playoffs, and they're in the sectional championship game Friday night at East Central. We'll figure out a way to get you the game. We're going to probably be here, but we will announce the game no different than we would be in the press box if we can find out where they're airing it. We'll throw it up here and run it. So, big week coming up, Monday Music Hour. Great guests coming in. Game on Friday. And we have our auction, our different kind of auction. We're having an auction for MSAC on Sunday. So that's all I've got. I wanted to pop on here and say, hey, we appreciate you guys supporting us the way you do. We are working on a webpage. Big stuff coming on that webpage. Well, suddenly Billy Owens joins us. Good morning. It's 9:30. 9:30 to 10:30 only tonight. Thank you, Kevin. Happy Halloween to you. Is it Purdue coming to the studio next week? This week? Maybe. Maybe I have to look at what I've got down. Tracy knows more about my schedule than I do. Perhaps I know that we've said something maybe Tuesday. That is the Dr. Saw and company, the EPA. No, you're probably right. I tell people that if I don't write it down, or at least let Beth know, I've had people that I've said, sure, come on in on hypothetical Wednesday night, Thursday night, and we'll go live. And I've got to work and stayed at work and get a text at 5:30, 6:30. Hey, where you at? I'm at work. What's up? I'm sitting outside your studio. Oh boy. Forgot. I'm old, I'm telling you. Short-term memory. Gone. You're probably right. Which, if that's the case, I need to find that out. But yeah, they'll probably be in this week. So everybody's popping on here now. There's Shelly, former number one fan. How are things in Mooresville after a tough Friday night? She don't follow football. I'm just giving her crap. What's up, Jason Burt? How you doing, sir? I just wanted to pop on here and say thanks to everybody about the chili cook-off yesterday. Talk about the week to come. And I was getting ready to wrap it up when Billy popped on, Shelly popped on, you popped on. So, I think the Colts are on Monday Night Football or Sunday Night Football. I don't follow it. I just thought I'd heard that. You guys get out there and make the most of it. It's nice out. It's seasonal. Go out and enjoy the fall. Good morning, Ann. How are you? Monty Ann. Get out there and make the most of today. They play at 1 today, Corey? Got to go jump out of a perfectly good airplane today? That's awesome, Jason. Watching Kiss on Scooby-Doo. Good morning from Kentucky, Jerry. How you doing? Billy, what are you watching? 80s throwback cartoons? There was no better cartoon than the Saturday morning Scooby-Doos. That was the best cartoon. Happy Halloweeny. The best cartoon to grow up to. I mean, sure. Then WWE, right? I'm sure it has something to do with my infatuation with redheads, but I'm just saying. Harry said those were poop, and you know it. The Scooby-Doos? No. Love the Scooby-Doos. The Super Friends and the Scooby-Doos. Boom, boom. Best cartoons ever. On the afternoons cartoons when you got home from school for that hour or whatever they were on, those were fun. But it was because you just glad to get out of school. Because Woody the Woodpecker was the dumbest cartoon ever made, and you'd watch 6 hours of that after school and think it was the greatest thing ever. Super Friends, 100%. Meanwhile, back at the Hall of Justice, Super Friends and Scooby-Doo. Greatest cartoons ever. Ever. Scooby-Doo, where are you? And you know what? I didn't even like Scrappy. I wish they would have thrown that thing off a cliff. I hated Scrappy-Doo. And he ended up being mean in one of the movies they made. Couldn't stand Scrappy. Keep it with The Scooby-Doo original and the Mystery Machine. Zoinks. Jeepers. My glasses. Jinkies. That's what it was. Jinkies. Wow. We've got some work to do now. That's so funny. Scooby-Doo. Super Friends. It made Saturday mornings fun. Now the TikTok versions of Thelma that you see, it's just not fair. She wasn't meant to be a supermodel. She was a crime-fighting genius. A Scooby-Doo projector, and we would watch it in the closet. I do remember that. Got it for my birthday. I think we had something like it. Didn't it put the image on the wall? You had to have a blanket up or something. That's hilarious. And you had the old slide you put in. It was like that viewfinder, but in a projector form. It wasn't, yeah, but it wasn't like your typical. Billy, you are officially banned. I'm going to boot you. I'm going to boot you and ban you for life. See, the Looney Tunes were good. Love Bugs. I think one of the funniest cartoons ever made was the two of them was the Rabbit of Seville or whatever he calls it. Yeah, Billy's banned. Don't laugh at his jokes. He's banned for life. Where Elmer Fudd is doing opera and Bugs Bunny kill the Wabbit. That one. But then the funnier one than that was when the gentleman's in the amphitheater, like singing, and he comes in as Leopold. Those two crack me up every time. I don't know why. Looney Tunes was good. It wasn't Scooby. Scooby was cartoonish, fun, drama, little CSI, and then you had the sex symbol with Daphne. You had the bumbling idiots with Scooby and Shag, but they're always the ones that found it. Billy, I'm ignoring you. What? Yeah, Monty's close. He's already. Oh. When the Porch Time After Dark crew filters over to the actual Porch Time site. Porky was all right. I mean, why he didn't have pants on was always confusing to me, but hey, whatever. Those dang meddling kids. Yep. They'd pull the mask off the Mr. Owens. You guys are horrible, and they know exactly who I'm talking about. Stay away from it. Stay away from it. Stay away. And there's 4 of you that liked it. Dalton, Wendy, Michelle, Monty. Had a micro little tail. Elmer Fudd. Those were all good. I'm not denying Looney Tunes. You have a question, just don't know if I should ask. I'm not denying that Looney Tunes wasn't a great cartoon. Yeah, Kill the Wabbit's the one I'm talking about. Kill the Wabbit, and then the one where he's Leopold. He's gets the guys to sing for, and ends up bringing the stuff down on him all. Oh, I know another one that was good. The square dancing with where Bugs Bunny gets the two Hatfield McCoy-like characters to square dance. That was a funny one. Mel Blanc. Yeah, I wasn't a Daffy fan. I mean, it didn't dislike him, but square dancing one was great. I mean, we just had so many. Back in the day, Hanna-Barbera at Kings Island and Smurfland, the best blueberry ice. Really? You don't recall those episodes, Monty? Come on. Got to Google them. They're on. You can Google them. You can YouTube them. Every one of them are on there. I forgot Kings Island did that with the Hanna-Barbera. That's been a while. That's been a minute. She-Ra. I was a Thundar the Barbarian fan. But well, I doubt you could even make Roadrunner cartoons right now the way they made them back then. But meep meep. I wanted the coyote. Everybody wanted the coyote to catch him. And I hated the Flintstones. Let me back up. Didn't hate them. Just if I never saw them again, or never saw them originally, it wouldn't have hurt my pride. Wasn't really a fan of the Jetsons. Billy, which one was it where the Tweety Bird, they put the potion on the Tweety Bird, and the Tweety Bird was like a 6'8" monster, and he ended up eating the cat, Sylvester. That was Hello Breakfast. That was that one. And then they put the yeah, they put the potion on the Tweety Bird, and doesn't he get to be about a 6'8" monster, and he eats the cat? Hello Breakfast. That's hilarious. Yeah, I just wasn't a big fan of the Flintstones or the Jetsons or any of the spinoffs that came from that. Taking notes. I'm hungry. Well, Indies is probably packed tight right now. Brothers was packed an hour ago. How do you feel about the people being misplaced down there at Artesian Court Apartments? Of course, we couldn't let that one slide this morning, could we, Wendell? Horrible that what the people are dealing with. I think some of their anger is directed at the wrong people. The owner of that apartment complex sold the property. sold the property. It's a transaction between the original owner and who they sold it to. And they're mad at everybody else but the people that sold the property. And by law, they only have to give them 30 days. And I'm just going off what I read. I've not dug into it, but I know it was a real estate transaction. You only have to supply 30 days and give them that much time to get out. From what I understand, all that was done legally. Felt horrible for them. Bad time of year. But I mean, I think that some of this information was out there prior to the 30-day window also. And as far as properties around that they could relocate to or move into, that I don't know for sure. I know it was already tight prior to that transaction going through. But I know this information was out there a few months ago. Oh, Billy's calling. Porch Time, you're gonna make me mad. Go ahead.
Hey, Kev, this is Dick with one eye.
Oh, Dick with one eye. What's up, buddy? Long time no hear. Well, it's going well. We were talking about cartoons.
Yeah, things been a little slow since they don't make hand sanitizer here, so hey, Kev.
What?
How many snow globes they plan on having down there this year? Winterfest.
It's not the Winterfest, but we are going to have 2 snow globes that I'm aware of.
Where are they going to be located? I was wanting to get a Polaroid.
They still make Polaroids?
I hope so. I got one.
They will be on the square for the 3rd annual Christmas tree lighting ceremony. And it's all part of the City of Martinsville and Porch Time Rediscover. Proudly present the Bobby Helms Jingle Bell Rock Christmas Music Spectacular. Sunday, December 5th, 2021, downtown Martinsville, 3 to 7 p.m. What's Dick with one eye spouting up about? Jeff Price wants to know.
What? Hey.
Hang on.
How you get on that lineup? Play music.
Well, let me finish reading.
Okay.
Okay. Wait a minute. Someone's... Okay. I was reading comments. There'll be a giant snow globes. The Whoville characters will be there. There'll be a trackless train. There'll be carriage rides. There'll be photos of Santa and a nativity scene for First Christian Church. There will be live entertainment. There'll be a reading of The Night Before Christmas. And then, of course, Bobby Helms Jingle Bell Rock Christmas Music Spectacular with special guest J2 dancing.
Pretty excited.
And we have a great lineup for music. I'll be playing. Corey's going to be playing. Beth's got a song. And then
nice.
That's all the room we got. I'm sorry.
I play a mean flute, and
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do.
I've been working on a solo.
No, I've heard that solo, and if you play that, I'm going to throw my phone out in the snow.
Is it supposed to snow that day?
It is.
Hey, what do you think about the displacement down there on South Drive?
I'm gonna send them to your way.
Don't do that. We ain't got much room down here.
Will Antique Roadshow be there? I have a purse I need to appraise.
I'm coming there. Hang on a minute. Hey, plate's calling.
All right, I gotta go. Here Billy's going. I gotta catch up with some of these comments. And Michelle, you're right. I was there. I went live, and none of that was brought up. But I mean, like I said, feel bad for everybody involved in this. But it's a real estate transaction, and unfortunately, that can happen. And the owner of the property only has to give you so many days to get out. And it's to my understanding that he gave them a little more than he was supposed to, or he had to. I have friends that are in property management business, and it's not fun. And when it comes to dealing with things like this, there's never a good time. There's never a good time for you to say, hey, we're selling the property, you have to get out. And not at any point in time is that something someone has to go through. But I mean, it's you can't blame the city, you can't blame it's a transaction. It's a real estate transaction between two parties. And unfortunately, no, Michelle, you're exactly right. That was one of the things we discussed off air after it was over. I'm surprised nobody had brought up different topics. That may not have been one that we exactly hit on, but there was a few different topics that I was surprised nobody asked a question on. Nobody showed up. There was only a few people in the building. A majority of those had ties to the city anyway. But this was advertised that he was going to do an open house. Or, yeah, an open forum town hall meeting. Come in and ask any questions you want. And nobody showed up. There were a couple people did. Mr. Reiner showed up and had some really good questions. So, it's tough. It's very tough to be be renting and something like that comes up. Believe me. As I said, I've been involved in real estate for a long time. And Jeff, that's valid. And and not only that, but you have an outside company coming in with a large amount of money, throwing it your way, saying, "Hey, we want this land for A, B, and C. Will you sell to us?" And they did. And anybody involved in real estate knows this just did not happen 30 days out. Not something there's all sorts of stuff that has to transpire before the bottom line, dotted line signed. And they knew it was coming. Now, if the property owner didn't convey all that to the renters and let them know this stuff was coming, yeah, maybe they should have. Hey, we're probably selling at the end of the year. Might start looking, blah blah blah. But he doesn't have to. Very unfortunate. Teresa, yes, 100%. And Teresa's in real estate, and I wasn't going to go that deep, but I'm pretty sure there was stuff mentioned about it 6 months ago. Does it make it any easier and smoother for the people that have to get out? No, not at all. I said there's never a good time. There's never a good time for somebody to knock on the door and say, hey, you got to be out in 4 days, 4 months, 4 weeks, 4 months, or 4 years. It's never a good time. So there's never going to be a good time for someone to hear that, whether it be spring, summer, winter, fall. There's never a good time. And it sucks any way you do it. But it's that property owner's right. He owns the land. And I'd be curious, you go back to your contract that you signed when you're renting off of them. If there's something in there that says A, B, or C, then you've got legal grounds to stand on and say, hey, my contract says on sale of the property, I have 6 months to move, or 4 months to move, or 3 months to move prior to any closure of the sale. Or I'm to be notified 6 months in advance. That's when you have legal ground to stand on. I doubt that they've breached any contract or anything like that. This has been overlooked or looked over and taken care of 6 months in advance. And then when the property owner went to the renters and said, "Hey, you got 32 days to get out or selling," that's the end of it. It'd be tough to beat that in a court or anything to prevent it from going on. But it's still very unfortunate either way. We're losing housing in the area right now. Exactly right, Jeff. We're losing housing in our area right now, but I think if we just stick around and stick with it, things are going to change. We're going to get more coming in. 100%, Jeff. Could have raised the price of the rent due to the gas, water, electricity, land values. Could have easily done that. But more houses are being built. That is correct. And there's going to be more coming. Hopefully, some of the people that are struggling with and trying to find locations, hopefully they got family or friends. Yeah. Kathy knows. There's a lot more coming. Got to stick it out a little bit. East side of town's going to look completely different in the next 5 to 10 years, 3 to 5 years, I should say. I hope I would have. Yeah, Kathy knows. Possibly, Wendell. We had a maybe north and south of the city. Just depends along our corridor. Yeah, time and patience. You're exactly right, Kathy. I know you know. Pretty good plan to prevent that just coming through and running all up and down the highway here. But I think north and south of the city, you're talking about at the exit down there by Liberty and then up past 44. Billy's desperately trying to change the direction of the topic, and then I agree, but I mean, Michelle, I agree, but this city needs homes, needs families to move in. 100%, Jeff. Bing Crosby, Stills, and Nash. I'm not even addressing that. We need those families to move in. We need those homes built, and I think we'll see some growth. Everybody wants, or Billy's pushing it. Everybody wants a Cracker Barrel and a Chick-fil-A and places like that. That's done by demographics, and until you hit that number or come close to that number, you don't have a chance of getting those. So getting our population up and our tax base up and our people base up, it's that's a different argument, Michelle. Music to my ears, Tracy. I was just saying that. Why are you an anniversary follower and Jeff is a milestone follower? I think it's genetics. What's it say? Anniversary follower for Jeff? I don't see anything under Jeff's. Hey, Scotty Rivers, how you doing, buddy? Billy O's is coming when? That's not Michelle. Don't even ask him. Don't even ask him. You got a better shot at Cracker Barrel and Chick-fil-A. But as I was saying, and then Teresa backed up, you got to get families in here. You got to get your tax base up. And then you can start attracting bigger businesses and sustaining businesses that can come in here and make a difference in our community. And Jeff nailed it right on the head. And to go further with Jeff's point, everybody talks about skate parks and bowling alleys and theaters. We didn't support the one we had. That closed down because nobody was going to it. The movie theater. So, I mean, it is great to have places like that. I miss going to the $5 movie and eating some of the best popcorn known to mankind. Now, I don't even go to movies anymore. But if we don't support what we have here at home, it's not going to last. Just like Jeff said, there's somebody out there with money that's going to run all the risk of opening up something. You got to support it. And if you don't support it, they're not going to stick around. 100%, Dalton. Senator driving, yes, that is that. Now people support that. Everybody likes to drive in, but you get Mooresville and Martinsville and all the surrounding areas still come to Centerton. Your diehard drive-in folks. I couldn't imagine growing up somewhere and not having to drive in as a kid because that was some fun times out there. Can you imagine a lot of these youngsters had no idea? Hang on, I got a big long one here. Kevin's exactly right. More houses, more people help improve the schools. Schools will receive more better funding. Attract companies, businesses. A company won't move here. And a hospital. We've got to have a full-fledged working hospital. Kevin's right on the money. Michelle, you're exactly right. Fun times. It's baseball fields now. They've seem to be playing a lot of baseball that way at the drive-in. I think it was bought out by a baseball organization. But still, it's good to see the young kids out there. Weekends are loaded with tournaments. And why we don't have like a 4 or 5 diamond complex down here south of town. Doesn't have to be Westfield, but it can be similar. And the money those things rake in. Whew. I wish I were an investor. I would go after that in a heartbeat. Drive up to Westfield from about the 1st of April to the end of October. Cracker Barrel has beer now? And you're right, Robert. If there's something in the lease, just as I said, if there's something in the lease that says A, B, and C is wrong, then yeah, then at least they have a shot. But I would hope that was already that would have been already reviewed. You would assume it would already been reviewed by now. Yeah, that's all pitching area inside there now. Lessons. Can't even get. Right, the lease itself. All right. All right, before this gets carried away into an argument. I'm just reading like you guys right now. No, I'm not saying argument. I just didn't want to discuss it on a Sunday morning when I was on here to praise some things we did yesterday for the chili cook-off for Morgan County Substance Abuse Council and things like that. But it's an open forum, and sometimes it's happening. Christmas celebration begins at 3 p.m. on the 5th. Sunday, December 5th, 3 p.m. You are correct. And you should start seeing these. Around town. No, I know you are, and it's just a touchy subject for a lot of folks, and I get it. 100% I get it. But that was the first thing I said. Check the validity of the lease and some things like that. Next Sunday, Jeff. $1,200 raised. First place went to Brent. Second place went to CJ from Gather Round. Third place went to Mac Harris. And in Mac's defense, some of his chili found its way to the bottom of his floorboard on his car on the drive in. We won't get into specifics of that or what kid got yelled at or anything like that. But Mac got third, CJ got second, and Brent got first. And they want to talk. There's a little smack talk going on. CJ and Mac kind of stack the deck. Mac has cinnamon rolls with the recipe from the high school, like the cinnamon roll recipe. CJ's mom makes phenomenal cinnamon rolls. No, it did not. I don't think so, Jeff. I don't think so. Right. But CJ had cinnamon rolls and maple goodness rolls that were just insanely good. Brent had chili. That was it. Now, he did have a lot of fixings to put on it. But your second and third place people had extras. So, if I was talking smack, me, look, I beat you with your cinnamon rolls. That's what I'd be saying. Beat you with your cinnamon rolls, and my chili won. I'm just teasing him. There were my three favorite chilies were Bob Goodrum's, the gal that was dressed up as Quella DeVille. No, I did not, Kathy, because I wanted to be more involved in doing it and helping it out than doing mine. And then there was a gentleman that has actually been on the Food Network, and he made it, and Samantha posted it. Pork something chili, pork hatch chili. Oh my goodness. It was delicious. It did not taste like chili to me, but it tasted like something I can put in a cup this deep and sprinkle some of his crumbly stuff he had on top and eat that all day. Right, Kathy and Michelle. But his pork hatch chili, he's been on Food Network. Timmy's got the recipe. The flavor was insane. Totally insane. And Bob Gooder made chili very similar to mine. Maybe not as thick and maybe not as spicy, but I like that type of chili. So naturally, I'm going to like his. The gal that I'm speaking of that was dressed as Quella DeVille, hers was completely different, but it had jalapeno flavor and juice in it. Delicious. And then, of course, the pork hatch chili was phenomenal. All right. I think we're done here. I've been on an hour, believe it or not, on this gorgeous Sunday morning. Not raining, it's not snowing. It's going to get chilly as the week goes on. I know this because the sensor in my car keeps telling my tire pressure's low. I think there's a. I grew up with cars that you had to take it easy on corners on damp pavement, and now you got sensors that when it gets 2 pounds less than what it's supposed to be, it tells you your tire's pressure's low. Anyway, love you guys. Digging my thermals out today. I'll be in shorts all week. I think you know this. You guys have a wonderful day. Tomorrow night on Monday Music Hour, we have some awesome guests. You know, Phil Purley, Bradford, Hint, they're all coming in. It's an amazing show. Love you guys. Stay out of trouble. Billy, stay out of trouble. 37 here, beautiful night. Be snowing there by the end of the week, Michelle. Try to behave, y'all. Don't cause a ruckus today. Love you guys. We'll see you soon.